Welcome to the Gleneagles Adventure Race. Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and welcome to Gleneagles, one of the best hotels in the UK, if not the world, and we are here for the Gleneagles Adventure Race, which is a 4-kilometre kayak, a 16-kilometre run over Ben Vorlich, which is one of Scotland's 282 Munros, which is a mountain over 3,000 feet, for those that might not be aware, into a 35-kilometre bike. Whole lot of elevation, and it's turned out to be a very relevant training day for the Keltman, and even more crazy, surprising, coincidental, is that my partner, as it is a partner race, is also doing the Keltman. So you will meet her tomorrow. Her name is Bea, and she is looking forward to it about as much as I am, which is very much so. But we were a little bit behind time, which meant that we kind of maybe missed the race briefing a little bit, so I was just part of a small group getting a secondary race briefing there, all being a mad rush, getting luggage checked in, up to rooms, dogs settled, etc, etc. Odie's just farted in the background, don't know if you could hear that, but if you haven't, then you broke my stride, Odie, thanks very much. Anyway, what we are going to do, it is 20 to 7 now, dinner is at 6:45, just been down for the race briefing where they ran us through the sort of rules, the approach, the transition zones, how to get your dry bag set up for transition, and a few considerations. Really looking forward to tomorrow. There's going to be a few bells and whistles that you might not normally get on a race like this one, so I'm looking forward to seeing what those are, sharing them with you, and seeing what unfolds. So before we go any further, a couple of things to request from you. Number one, please do make sure to like the video, as this is going to be a good time. Number two, do make sure that you have subscribed if you have not yet already. And number three, please do drop a comment with your thoughts, feelings, opinions, and the beauty that you're going to see in the next however many minutes of YouTube footage online. Right, we are going to head to dinner after I've done a brief room tour actually. So for those that aren't aware, this is a door. This is typically how you enter a hotel room, into this very inviting corridor with this very inviting and nicely made bed, dogs not included, I'm afraid. Usual hotel stuff in the form of a desk and a chair, but with some very nice touches. Great Adventure Race here. Some pebbles from the local area, I assume, and a thistle, because when in Rome, or Perthshire, I guess. Anyway, we are over to the dogs area, which has a food bowl and a water bowl for each dog, as well as a bed for each dog. We didn't need to bring, oh no we did, because Pig, fun fact, eats so quickly that he needs a puzzle bowl so he doesn't choke. Lovely little area here, sofa there, and this thing that I'm pretty sure is for me to take away, but also feels like an ornament in the middle of the table that would be theft if I left with, so we'll find out on that one. Here we have a bit of an itinerary, so we are currently running a little bit late for dinner, and that is that. And then Saturday, 7 AM breakfast, I'm gonna make the most of that. You don't need to worry about that one into the rest of the day, but you'll see that all unfold. We've got some practical stuff in here in the form of dry bags, GPS trackers, as well as a few little gifts, bits and bobs, into the balcony with a view of Gleneagles house. And a Rolls Royce, I believe. Anyway, back inside. Close that door there. Don't want any dogs escaping. Almost tripping over the place. 2 dogs being restrained by Erin, who is also not included. Into the bathroom. Shower, separate bath, because, you know, big bougie hotel, that's a good time. What's in here? Oh, the toilet. That makes sense, I guess. I thought that was a storage room, but toilet. Anyway, here we are. 1 sink, 2 sink, 3 not gonna sink in the kayak tomorrow. Look at that execution. Happy days, happy days. Anyway, this is awkward to speak into the mirror like this, so what I'm gonna do is flip this and speak to you like this. We will see you at dinner. No, we won't. We will see you back here after dinner. Okay, and we are back from dinner. I did not actually take any photos of what I ate, but to give you the breakdown, starter was very salady. We had carrots, we had rocket, we had feta, we had other things that were all delicious, and then main course was just loads of chicken breast, some lasagna, some potatoes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew, and a few other things. But it was just all very well done, very, very delicious, but I didn't want to get my phone out and take loads of photos, as it felt like the wrong time to do so. But what I found out at dinner, that has been perplexing me ever since, is that this, which we spoke about earlier, is apparently, and I refuse to believe this, made of chocolate. So I think at this point there's only one thing really to do. Oh my god. It was true. That's a lot of chocolate to get through. Anyway, I'm gonna get my bags packed for tomorrow, which I will take you through in just a second, and then we will catch up with a bit of a brief ahead of the morning. Pig, what do you have to say? Agreed. Agreed. Okay, so I lied a little bit, as I've actually taken a few minutes to reflect upon how I'm going to spend the rest of the evening, and as it is 10 PM, just gone, I am going to go to bed. I have packed my stuff in Edinburgh accordingly, so it's got my run bag and my bike bag basically set up in bags for life already. All I need to do is transfer those into the dry bags I've been given today in the morning, and then take them with me to breakfast to give them to the handlers to take to T1 and T2. If you can hear the sound of a dog crunching a bone in the background, that is because there is a dog crunching a bone in the background. So I am going to bid you good night and see you tomorrow in the morning at 6 AM. Good morning. You taking a shoe, have you, Holly? You look a bit sleepy, pig. Wonder if anyone's ever been to breakfast at Gleneagles in a tri-suit before? My bet is a no. Okay, so here's the run bag that I packed before I left the house, and here is the cycle bag that I packed before I left the house to make transferring them to these two dry bags to then be tagged and given to the staff much, much easier. Here are race numbers for respective dry bags. So I'm going to get this done now. Lol, and guess what? One, I just wheezed a little bit, I need my inhaler, but two, I actually could not find my road bike helmet, so I am riding a road bike in an aero helmet, which is about as obnoxious as wearing a tri-suit to Gleneagles breakfast. Bringing these with me just so running movement up Ben Volek is somewhat relevant to how I'm going to be charging up Benai for the Keltman. So making it as specific as I can, even though this obviously isn't direct triathlon practice. So in here is going my trail bag, which has got food, soft flask with electrolytes and carbs, my poles obviously, I've got a water bladder in there, I've got a waterproof layer, I've got a spare pair of shorts to go with my tri-suit if needed, and as well as that, I'm going to put my drone in there in a dry bag so I can use that and get some sick shots for you all today. A dry bag within a dry bag. Drinception, dry bagception, bagception. None of those really worked, did they? Dry bag number one. Got loads of little safety pins in my helmet. So in this dry bag we have my helmet, cleats, a whole variety of hoop cycling kits, actually brand new. Label's still on, should probably take that off now, I reckon. So this is a new Core 4 short sleeve. Gonna take that as an option. Gonna take some bib shorts as an option. And a gilet and a long sleeve top, just so I've got something I can change into once I've got a bit of a feel for the weather, rather than having to plan too far ahead. If I've got the ability to give this to staff, give myself options, whether it's this race, whether it's a triathlon, this is always a good way to approach things. Long sleeve there, lots of storage space on the back, very, very useful for today, if it gets chilly enough to warrant it. Then obvious boring stuff like tyre levers, CO2 canisters, and crackers for the CO2 canisters. So, all the boring stuff, eh? And spare tube multi-tool going in there. And I can't go anywhere in my life without some chamois cream. So this is some prototype stuff that we're working on with Man Cave to try and get nailed. And this is going in my basket. I believe that is me all packed up. I'm ready to go. Okay, so breakfast consumed. I had a pretty traditional Scottish cooked breakfast, to be honest. Not nearly as many carbs as I should have had, but you know, when in Rome, how many times am I going to say that in this video? Why don't we start a count at this point? Anyway, short drive to the start point, which is in Loch Earn. So we're in a big fleet of defenders. I do have 3 more people joining me in here. I'm not just on my ones. And then we're going to kick things off with a 4-kilometre kayak, but I'm sure there'll be a bit more of a brief at the other end. I need to get a little bit out of my bag, get some safety pins on me for race numbers and all that stuff, so I will see you there. Just getting set up now. The same brief as always, easy access stuff at the front. So I've got my gloves ready to pull out, spare flask there. I've got bladder over my shoulder, and I have a soft flask that's going to be going in this pocket there on my front. Then need to have a whistle, need to have race number sorted, and I need to have my phone visible, fully charged. And I've got my goals, because I'm a big filthy cheater. Our noble steed has been chosen. So I actually have no idea what to expect kayaking wise, no concept of pace, which is probably a good thing because it means I can't get competitive. But I'm here. Rear wheel drive, heaviest person at the back. Double-sided oars. Don't really know what that means. Buoyancy aid, safety first. Let's see what happens. And we are in a kayak. We just figured out how to turn, how to paddle in sync. Pretty decent setting for it. Oh my god, tilted to the right and thought I was going there. But no, we'll figure this out as I go. Let B do the work. Just reclining back here. Lovely. I'm not doing a very good job of keeping it stable here. Sorry. Okay, so we've just crossed Loch Earn, so we've crossed from side to side. We spent the entire stretch there while I was only paddling on the right because we were getting pulled across to the right so much. So we were getting pulled this way, so I had to paddle with this side to keep us straight. But we are now on the home straight. So we've done 1k out, 2k across, now we've got 1k in, and then we are up that way for Ben Volvic. See you soon. We've been conned. We were led to believe that it was 1k out, 1k across, no, 2k across, 1k back, totaling 4k. But it seems it's actually 1k out, 1k across, 2k in, so we've still got a fair bit to go. But thinking about it, I had no concept of pace for kayaking. So really, when you think about it, 4k is actually quite a long way. Rhyme was unintentional, but we'll move forwards. So I'm just reclining back here as I'm talking to you guys, but we've not got far to go. I can see a green tent in the distance, which I'm hoping has some local delicacies ready to consume, but I should probably get back to kayaking, shouldn't I? Yeah, this is where we capsize. Aggressively hit the shore. There we are.
Grace will get that one.
Okay.
There we go. No wet feet.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bag survived. Excellent news. Didn't sign up for this part. Kayaks heavier than I thought they were.
Beautiful, well done.
Thank you.
Got a tea, coffee, pot of jelly, Haribo, protein bar, fresh oranges.
I'll take some Haribo in tomorrow's juice, please.
Right, okay, I'll bring that over.
Thank you very much. Thank
This
you.
is like in a racing.
Frustratingly, the second we started kayaking, my Garmin screen's completely packed in, so I'm not going to have much data for you today, but as this is a partner race, I'll take these data for data on distances, times, elevation, etc. But I will rely on my Whoop for heart rate data today, so going to get everything sorted, got my trail bag on, and we'll get going. And we are off, so Bee's gone ahead a little bit in the knowledge that I should probably catch her up. It'd be embarrassing if I didn't, but we are going up the regular Ben Vorlich route, which is pretty popular for those that live in or from Scotland. So up this way, up and over Ben Vorlich, down the other side, fairly peaty, so I've got the only pair of shoes I've got with really quite aggressive lugs. See how I get on, but decent day for it. Kayaking's harder than I remember from when I was 12 years old on Loch Tay, but we got through it. So I'll see you on the mountain. First steep little section. My inhaler is a little bit out of reach, so I'm wheezing a little dork, but moving well, good fun, good spirits. Ben Vorlich's only about 50 minutes from Glasgow, so it's always quite busy, but just not too bad today, to be honest. But we've got a bit of a gap in the weather today and tomorrow, either side of a week of just very Scottish terribleness, and then on the other side the same again. So Bee's just back there with another team. I'm getting ahead so I don't stumble over my words in front of a crowd, and I'll see you very shortly. Heading downhill now, and this is actually quite a tough little section. Really spongy, slippy, peaty ground, so can't really open up much, but it's a nice day, and I'm actually getting way too hot in this mid layer, so that's going to come off, and I'm going to be in a tri-suit on a mountain when there isn't a triathlon technically going on, which makes me look a little bit strange, I must admit. So yeah, I think I'm going to get this mid layer off in a second. Probably put my poles away because I don't think I need them again, no more inclines. And we are heading down into that valley there before we get onto the bike. So I will be seeing you very shortly. Just meandering our way through this little valley here. Really boggy underfoot. Feet are soaked. Insoles are slipping about the place, but we are moving. I'm looking forward to the bike now. Roads on the way and look really quite smooth. And I think somebody else is excited as well. Finally back moving on some firmer ground, and oh my goodness, does it feel pleasant. Lovely setting in this glen here. Moving quite nice now. I think we've got about 2 or 3k left, but just real easy zone 2 stuff. I think one of the questions you might have is this not a little bit out of kilter for Keltman prep? The answer is yes. It's not completely specific, but at the end of the day, I do all these things because I enjoy the experience of them. I don't really have that many ambitions of being competitive at any races or anything like that. Yes, I've set my own sort of competitive goals along the road, but turning down opportunities like this one would be stupid for the sake of just that rigidity rather. So at the end of the day, this is a real good hit out on my feet, on the bike, on a new modality with kayaking. All steady zone 2, real easy work today. Challenging terrain in Scotland, working through some admin in a tri-suit, realising I probably need a bit more chamois cream on, and actually just getting a bit of a psychological unwind before another big 4 weeks of Keltman prep. So this is fantastic. In short, I'm having a great time. I'm loving this terrain, big fan. 2.5k left. See you at transition 2. Transition 2, I'm going to take this one pretty chill actually. I need to change an SD card in this. So what I'll do is get a little bit ready and then give you a bit of a brief ahead of that horrible looking hill right there.
What is that?
Spot the moron who couldn't find his road bike helmet. And we are moving, so pretty relaxed transition to be perfectly honest. It's going to be an interesting sensation riding on hill fatigued legs, so let's see how we get on. But I do feel rather exposed and obnoxious for being in an aero helmet on a road bike on a race like this one, but nonetheless here we are. Got to own your mistakes. Let's see how we get on. So far so good, just real easy zone 2 riding. Few fast little descents already, few tough little climbs. Amazing setting for it, really quiet roads. Just me, the sheep and B back there. I just took that little descent a little bit hard, so I'm slowing down a bit for her to catch up now. But what a fantastic day so far. It's actually been really nice just to come into a big day out like this, just with the expectation of enjoying it. I think it's often quite difficult when you really going at something. You've got data to hit, metrics to work on, distances to cover. It's sometimes easy to lose a bit of the love for it when you just got to slog through things, but coming out into scenery like this, settings like this one, lovely people, being very well looked after, it's just an amazing experience so far. So I'm looking forward to a leisurely bike ride all the way back to the front of Gleneagles house. So I'll see you there. I'd forgotten just how smooth and comfortable this bike is to ride. Cervelo Caledonia 5. If you haven't seen the video I did on when it landed and sort of a first ride out review, go to this video here. But such a pleasant bike to ride. And you know what? I'm quite enjoying just being able to sit up a little bit and cruise rather than spending the whole time in aero position today. But big bike ride out tomorrow to make sure that training volume this weekend is decent, and that'll be me. But smooth, and I'm now in the wrong gear because I'm filming. Goodbye. A roadblock that you don't often see. Sheep in the road. Lovely day, and the quality of roads is unbelievable. It's like glass. Smoothest roads I've cycled on in Scotland. So whether you come and do this race, whether you come and stay at Gleneagles or not, whatever it ends up being, this area of Perthshire, the roads I've been riding today are fantastic. It's like an ice rink that you can grip on. Maybe maybe not the best analogy.
Thank you very much.
Really good.
We got one.
I got it, yeah. I passed them.
Do you have any ching ching?
You're so Instagram.
Terrible behaviour.
There you go, swap you. Yeah, this is a good deal, isn't it?
Oh, Pig, you killed that. Nice work. Gorgeous.
Riley's world. I'm just living in it.
Okay, so rather than doing a talking to camera when I rolled up to a whole load of champagne, beer, sandwiches, cake options, I thought I'd just enjoy it and then debrief with you back here, which we have done. And I have had a bath, fell asleep in the bath, not gonna lie to you, woke up in cold water, not ideal, but I am at least feeling refreshed. Now ready for dinner over in the Oak Hill building, I think. Nice dinner room, basically. Bit more formal this evening, so I'm in a shirt. You don't often see that on fitness YouTube channels, do you? So anyway, behind me is Gleneagles house, which is the direction that we are heading in. Today was absolutely fantastic for several reasons. One, part of Scotland that I haven't really explored that much in a physical sense. I spent a lot of time up in Perthshire when I was growing up, but since I've started bashing about the place on bikes, running Munros and things, I haven't really spent much time in this part of the world. Done that Munro before, but had never come over the other side of it like we did today. Really, really good fun, really, really good bunch of people, really just enjoyed the whole experience from start to finish, and the hospitality, shocking, I know, one of the best hospitality venues on the planet, but it's been fantastic from start to finish, just very, very welcoming, very, very easy, and you can just focus on enjoying it, and that's exactly what I did today. I very much viewed today as just a real easy Zone 2 kickabout, got a lot from it, really felt like it was a valuable experience just being outdoors. And earlier this week I had a fantastic conversation with a good friend of mine, Gaz Bamford, who is this man here, Instagram handle here, website just here, and we spoke about basically the plates that I've been spinning, the challenges and stress that I've been feeling, the pressure that I've been under across a lot of different things that I don't necessarily talk about as much on here with the sort of other businesses that aren't as fitness or hybrid related and all the other things going on. So we spoke about that as I was looking for a little bit of guidance, to be perfectly honest. I feel like I've been really, really pushing a really high threshold for quite a while, and training has been workable. I've been getting through it all, but it hasn't necessarily been giving me the escape that I thought it normally would. And interestingly, we then reflected on the fact that training isn't necessarily what it used to be. And what I mean by that is that it's now a part of my job, it's now a part of the sort of non-negotiables, it's now a part of the way that I make a living, whether that's through the actual performance metrics on the board, whether that's through the marketing and capturing it a certain way, etc. There's a lot more to training than just going out as an escape, and that's what it used to be. So what that means is that I'm missing that third space away from work. So I've got home, I've got work, and both of those are quite stressful environments because there's a lot of things going on. I work from the office and I work from home, so there aren't really any boundaries around there as a sort of way to escape from the chaos of day-to-day life. So we decided that I needed a third space, which is finding a way to spend more time doing things that help me unwind, help me relax, help me reflect on the week and the stress of those first two spaces that we all have in our day-to-day lives. So today for me really was that third space. It was really what training used to be for me, and I'm not saying that in a negative sense. I'm very, very fortunate and happy to be working training in the way that I do now, but it doesn't serve me in the way that it used to in that sense as an escape. So today was just exploring Perthshire, spending time in Zone 2, getting to meet some great people, and just enjoying being outside in the weather. And I honestly had an absolute blast, really feel invigorated off the back of it, and I'm very excited to head to dinner now. Not going to take a camera with me as I feel that would be rude, intrusive and downright antisocial. Sorry everyone, but I'll let you know how it goes. I'm sure it will be delicious, but I will catch up with you probably tomorrow morning, as I have heard on pretty good authority and made some assumptions that Gleneagles probably has quite a good whiskey selection. So I'll see you in the morning, I think. Good morning everyone. So a little bit of a rush actually, as we've been having a very long drawn out relaxed breakfast this morning and took the dogs for a walk. So packing up now to check out, and then I'll give you a bit of an overall debrief once we are back at the house. So see you very soon. Okay, and we are back home, and about a week and a half after we last spoke as part of this video. It was the chaos, getting the dogs in the car, getting to a fantastic breakfast, and being slightly hungover from the wonderful hospitality the night before. I am filming this a week and a half later, as I totally forgot to do so on Sunday as originally planned. So I'm going to keep this as concise as possible, as I am aware this video is going to be getting quite long at this point. Number one, I had a fantastic time. Number two, I would highly recommend the experience. Number three, enormous thank you to the Gleneagles team, everybody involved, as it was fantastic, and it gave me the opportunity for the first time in a while to truly switch off, and I feel rejuvenated in the fortnight or so that has passed since then, so thank you very much for that. If you haven't yet liked the video, please do. If you haven't yet commented with your thoughts, feelings, questions, or whatever else, please do that down below. And if you have not yet subscribed, then why not? Come on, if you've made it this far, surely it's the right thing to do. Anyway, at this point I'm going to say adios and see you next time.